Away from that now, the Rivers State government has filed an appeal against the Federal High Court ruling in Abuja, which barred the Central Bank of Nigeria from disbursing allocations from the federal account to the state. This legal action comes as Governor Siminalayi Fubara reacted to a recent attempt to impeach him by the Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Speaker Martin Amaole, reportedly aligned with FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. Commissioner for Information and Communications Joseph Johnson confirmed to journalists that the state had appealed the judgment, expressing confidence that the appeal court will overturn the ruling. In her judgment, Justice Joyce Abdulmalik of the Federal High Court in Abuja ruled that Governor Fubara's presentation of the 2024 budget to only 4 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly violated the Constitution. Meanwhile, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has voiced strong criticisms against a recent court order halting financial allocations to Rivers State, warning it could destabilize the state. In a statement released by his media advisor Paul Ibe, Atiku questioned the rationale behind the judge's decision to issue an injunction while the case is still pending before the Supreme Court. He alleged that certain elements within President Bola Tinubu's administration had influenced the judgment in an attempt to undermine the authority of the Supreme Court. Atiku commended the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, for summoning judges handling the Rivers State cases, urging them that any judges found at fault be disciplined to uphold the judiciary's integrity and restore public confidence. And now to discuss this, we're joined by a legal practitioner, Festus Ogun. Festus, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, indeed. Now, Festus, how does the court interpretation of the Nigerian Constitution regarding the role of states, assembly in budget approval align with the previous judiciary decisions and also constitutional principles?
I believe that no matter how we look at it, the Rivers government are entitled to their federal allocation without prejudice to the judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja. I believe that regardless of the crisis amongst the political players in Rivers State, the people of Rivers State should not be denied governance. Without finances, the governance in the state is most likely going to be crippled. So are we saying that the people of the River State should suffer because of crisis between political elements? I do not think so. I believe that the judiciary, that ordinarily should be the last hope of the common man, is currently causing a bit of confusion amongst the people. So I feel that the question on ground, what the people, or what we should really look at, is the interest of the Rivers people. Will this judgment in reality really serve the interest of the Rivers people that I say, look, no federal allocation should go, the CBN should not release federal allocation to the state government, knowing that a matter is still pending before the Supreme Court, questioning whether the Jumbo-led faction of the House of Assembly is indeed valid or otherwise. In my view, I feel that indeed that faction is valid, because once you decamp to another political party, under Section 109 of the Constitution, your seat automatically becomes vacant. And the Court of Appeal has even upheld this position even in the past, that once you decamp from your political party and there is no case of defection and your party has not merged, there is no case of division and your party has not merged with another political party, then your seat becomes automatically vacant. You don't need a court order, because the Constitution didn't say you need a court order before your seat becomes vacant. Once you leave the political party that nominates you and sponsors you to your office, it becomes vacant. So in my view, I believe that those that have not decamped to their political party should be able to carry on with the activities of the Rivers State Assembly. And considering that that matter is still the constitution of the House of Assembly is a subject matter before the Supreme Court, it raises question on how another judgment will now say, look, because this set of individuals pass the budget, then the money that belongs to the Rivers State people should not come down. I mean, it's problematic because what now happens to the judgments, the matter pending before the Supreme Court? It's become problematic.
Okay, let's talk about state autonomy now. Do you think that this decision by the court actually infringed on the financial autonomy of the state? And or do you think that the courts were within its right to try and perhaps maybe safeguard certain constitutional norms?
What I feel is that, first, this matter should not have, in good conscience, been adjudicated upon in Abuja. The crisis that is the subject matter of the suit happened in Rivers State. The parties to the suit, both the House of Assembly members, including the Rivers State governor, the Accountant General of Rivers State, they are based in Rivers State. Not just that. The Central Bank of Nigeria has office in Rivers State. Other banks that were joined as parties to the suit have offices in Rivers State. Why was the matter taken to Abuja? This is problematic. Again, these are challenges we have in our justice system where political cases and political intentions are achieved by forum shopping. We are not casting our aspersion on the person of the trial judge. No. But we are saying that in the first place, the matter should not have been instituted in Abuja. If we are going by that, then people will now be going by the kind of... So if I do not like a judge in Lagos, or a judge I feel will not give me judgment, then I go to where I will get judgment.
So this leaving the state and going to Abuja, do you think that it's been influenced in any way, shape, or form by
I will not say that it is
individuals?
Influenced, but in our profession or under our extant laws in Nigeria, that is forum shopping.
Okay.
You can't be cherry picking where you would institute your matter.
Okay.
If a cause of action has occurred in Ogun State, there is a federal high court in Ogun State. I need not go to Abuja. So that raises question at a time when trust in the judiciary is very low, especially from our people. Because at the end of the day, perception is reality. When you go here, everyone is saying that the judiciary is compromised, the judiciary is corrupt. Now, a matter has commenced in Abuja, in Rivers State. We are not litigating that matter in Rivers State. We go to Abuja to litigate that matter. People will ask questions, and that is why I feel that the call by the Chief Justice of Nigeria that, look, the CJ, that's the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, should come for, questioning over this very confusing
Confusing
judgment.
is the word.
Yeah, confusing judgment.
So now,
because with this judgment, there is a serious crisis in Rivers State when money is not...
So what remedies are open to the state now to be able to help it navigate this situation that they find themselves in with the courts?
I read this evening that the judgment has been appealed. It is important that the parties to the suit, including the governor and the Accountant General and the rest of them, they must ensure that they file an application for stay of that judgment so that the judgment will not be enforced. But that is not even all. We need to go to the root of the matter. What is the cause of the whole crisis we are talking about? Someone is behind the crisis. It is very glaring that the crisis is about the ego of a single person. So if we are talking about all of this crisis, if we are even talking about crisis in PDP, I've asked the question, if that is the basis why some people decamped, was it that the crisis in PDP started yesterday? The crisis has been there before the 2019 election, before the 2023 election. But we know that the former governor of Rivers State is at the center of the crisis. If that is the case, then we must have true conversation on how the parties involved will sit on a round table and put the state first. It is not, this is not the right time where people would, start, insisting on, their political wishes or their political ego.
Well,
this is the time, I believe, that the differences has to be put behind and the people of Rivers State has to be put forward. I mean, again,
Festus,
this is not a legal issue.
I want to say
it is more of a political issue.
thank you very much for coming in this evening and giving us your fair share of your view on the situation. Thank you indeed.
Thank you for having me.